Bum, bum, bum. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today?
How's it going, guys?
We are, dude. It is Monday,
Yes.
the last day of June.
Yes.
You know what that means? 19 days
Yes.
before Heroes for Kids Comic Con.
Yes. We're two and a half weeks.
So
Okay.
awesome! I'm gonna love it. And then
Yeah.
11 days
Right.
for the big man himself.
Mm-hmm.
The man that started what we know as comic books today, Superman, comes out on the 11th.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to seeing everybody. So it's going to be awesome. Let's talk a little bit. So, hope everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully, everybody stayed cool enough. We were busy as Hades.
Yes. We were.
Oh, Saturday. Want to give a shout out to all of the Illinois cosplayers that we're friends with that went up to the Mount Vernon show, that Mount Vernon
Yes.
meet and greet.
We appreciate that.
I saw pictures and oh my God, they looked awesome. That was cool. Wish I could have been there maybe next year, as long as it's not conflicting with another event.
Right.
Wish I could have been there, but I had to be at the other event for other reasons.
Yeah.
The other event that we're talking about was Heroes Complex up in St. Peter's, and oh my God,
Hello, dudes.
hey dude, who was that?
Jody.
Jody. Hey Jody, how's it going?
Dudes abide.
Yep. So, dude, tell us about what is it? We're changed now. You're wearing shorts, and I'm wearing. Usually it's the opposite. You're wearing the pants, and I'm wearing the shorts. Or
I decided to follow Robin's lead and wear the shirt pants. Yeah. See, I work in the hot box all day with a little tube blowing cold air on me, so I have to dress a little lighter. So I got lazy. I just changed up.
change the shirt.
Change the shirt and come home and change my shoes.
He did it. He did put on deodorant because he's not aromatic. So that's a good thing.
I took a shower before I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I changed clothes. But
I had a light day today, so it started a little hectic this morning, but after that, it did go a little light. It was a light day for me today, so not too bad. Tomorrow's one of my busier days. So.
Right.
But back to Saturday, Heroes Complex. Now, they moved it. Basically, it's the same parking lot, but they moved it from a small building to a old, Kroger's grocery store.
Right. It's a huge
and
store.
I picked up a figure from them while we were there. So Dennis, talk a little bit about your experience you had with there. I mean, other than getting almost heat exhausted. I mean, that was, I think, all of us.
Right.
Besides that, but how was the, what was your, Dennis ran pretty much the show that day, so about the most I did with it, the most, Jess was, inside.
You kind of gave a pep talk for
safety. I gave the safety pep talk, and then you pretty much ran the show.
Right, so, I mean, everybody came together, it was a well-run thing, and wherever we were lacking, people stepped in and stepped up, so we had literally no problems at all. Everybody did a fine job. Everybody was kind of picking on each other, having a good time with it, and it went very smoothly.
Maybe possibly even getting 3 new volunteers to help out.
Yeah,
so
looks like that's the case, and sounds like we may have some kind of ongoing thing with them when that Batcave gets put in.
And not just the Batcave. I've heard that they're doing a ton more stuff.
Right.
Not just the Batcave, but the statues that they had in there.
Oh
my God. They had one of Christopher Reeve one of his original costumes.
Right.
At least the tunic, the pants, and the boots were original. The cape, actually, I know where they got the cape from. Matter of fact, it was the cape. The design of the cape. I know the design of the cape because the design of the cape is the same cape I've got upstairs.
Right.
So I know the designer of that cape, and I know how good of quality at least the cape was.
Right.
But the tunic and everything was a genuine Superman. The boots were from Superman 1, and the tunic and the pants was from Superman 3. Well, the one when he wore it and when he was fighting, it was when he does the
right.
Yeah.
When he fought the evil Superman.
Yeah, when he fights the evil, when he comes back as the good Superman.
Hi, Ellie. Hi, Wyatt.
Hey guys, how's it going? But the statues were unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
The arcade was running like crazy. They're still working on the arcade, on the arcade side.
Right.
But the gift shop or the merchandise area of it
was expanded.
Oh my God! Oh,
and
I'll
filled
have to show.
and filled to the max.
And filled to the max. I'm gonna have to do it. Is that okay, Dennis?
Yes.
All right.
And then
Go ahead. Keep
what
going.
impressed me was that like when you walk in the door, the first thing that hits you is life-size statues of the Fantastic Four, and it's just like the thing was massive, and I was like, whoa, if this is what they've got going on, and they haven't even barely started yet, you can just imagine what it's going to be. So it was just insane what I saw in there,
And they had the right size Wolverine back in the back corner. They
Yeah,
actually had him on a pedestal to where he was actually as tall as some of the other stuff.
right.
So,
But yeah, all the statues.
it was
were-
your height. Oh.
Yeah, but I noticed they didn't have a Gambit.
No, they did not. They had Superman there.
No, they had Superman, they had Batman, they had Wolverine, and they had the
Fantastic Four, the Red Hulk,
Red Hulk,
Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah, that's basically one.
Another Batman on the other side. They had the one Batman up in the store, and then they had another Batman by the Batmite Batmobile back on. No, they had another Batman on the other end. Looked like he was getting ready to throw the batarang.
What's funny is I'm hearing all these short jokes coming from people like this, and I'm like, really, Rachel? Really, Chris?
It was, but you know what? It was good. I turn around. Rachel was picking on him as Supergirl. Rachel was picking on him, and at one point she turns around. She goes, "Ask Dennis about the Batman. Ask Dennis about the Batman." So I said, "Okay." So I walk up to Dennis. I said, "What's this going on with Batman?" And all I got was the. I'm like, "What?" And then he turns around and looks at this helium balloon that's about this big.
With the head is half of the balloon.
Yeah, and what did Rachel tell you? That was like, "Hey, look, it's you," or something.
She said, I found the life size Batman that is about your size. And I'm like, where? She goes, I go, you mean that over there? And the actual statue that was over there? She goes, no, not that one. She goes, that one. And she points up to the balloon, and I'm like,
So I will have to brag. The fire department, the St. Peter's Fire Department up there was awesome. I think that was probably one of our best shots, our best photos. It had we had 95% of all of our volunteers up on top of the fire truck.
right.
Myself and the Gambit that we had there stayed down low because the band asked for me to stay down there on the ground with them.
Right.
But all you guys went up on top. And then we had Dale and Jordan come over, which are the owners, and of Hero Complex. We have there's probably about a good 30 people just below, and then you guys, the 10 of yous were up on top.
Mostly the street heroes.
Yeah. So all the street heroes were up on top, and then Superman was.
And I crouched down and did like the Batman brooding off of the.
It was an awesome photo. I was told it was an awesome photo. The one piece that I got from there, I don't know if you bought anything.
No, I didn't.
Okay, you did. I got the deluxe theatrical edition of the McFarlane toy line Superman. So it's from the new movie,
Hi, Jonathan.
and it is. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? It is Superman and Crypto. So I bought that. I just bought that for me. So it's from the new Superman movie, McFarlane toy line. I think they had it for. Oh, here, I think the price is on the bottom. $40. So that's not bad.
No,
With as much as you get in there, you get 3 faces. One of the faces actually looks like Henry Cavill's. No joke. Look at that. Look at that face there. Doesn't that look?
That does look.
It looks like Henry Cavill's face. Then you got an extra set of hands, and then you got little Crypto down here on the bottom. So that was one of the the little Kryptonian menace is in it. So I love that one. So Jess got that one for me while we were there. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank God no one fell, Tessa said.
Well, yeah. Actually, there was Spider-Man almost.
Spider-Man
caught the last rung, second to last rung, and his slipper slipped.
Yeah.
So, but no, the Heat actually there was a decent win. It wasn't too bad really for the Heat.
No,
So
actually.
I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't bad. Everybody did awesome at going in. All the volunteers, you guys did. Yeah, like you said, everybody did awesome going in and out, making sure they got food, making sure they were hydrated enough, and
looking out for each other and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And every time one of us got a little overheated, we could either go into the actual arcade itself where it was nice and cool and walk around there for a while till we got back to the
Right.
fucking trip.
Or we
could go to the staging area and
sit down.
sit down and have some water and,
Yep.
and whatnot. So, but yeah, but it was. I had a blast. I
Yeah.
really did. So,
Let's see, we were attempting to get out of there at 7.
right.
That didn't happen because, again, when you have events like this, a lot of times, I mean, we have this happen at a lot of events that we help put on. This time schedule does get messed up every once in a while. So the band played a little bit longer, which was great. We got to be on stage. All the heroes that were still suited up got to be on stage for the check presentation to the 1078 project, which is a organization that helps law enforcement officers that are in the line of duty that have had critical instances that are dealing with mental health. Which is awesome. Definitely, if you get a chance, check out that organization. It's called the 1078 Project. Again, Heroes for Kids is looking at possibly, well, actually not possibly, Heroes for Kids. We did a lot more checking in on it and everything. Heroes for Kids is looking at backing that one, so that one's going to be a pretty cool one to get in and start helping. So, yeah, what was some of the fun stuff you did besides walking around, meeting with fans, meeting with everybody?
What
was one of the funny things that you had, or
There's-
funny things, or I mean, there was a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a good one, but
right. Well. Remember when we went up there for the ribbon cutting? You actually cut the ribbon. Yeah. They gave him the scissors and he went.
Well,
with it,
they
and
were
that's
bobbling.
fine.
They were bobbling stuff,
Right.
and apparently, unknown to us, apparently, Superman, Dale, the owner,
Mm-hmm.
Superman is his favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So me ending up with the scissors, I don't know if it was them. I was not trying to do that.
Now I know that. Yeah.
So, but it was one of them that Jonathan's bobbling the ribbon and the scissors. I said, "Here, I'll hold something," because I'm standing right next to Jonathan because you're on the other side.
Right.
He goes, "Well, here," and passes me back the scissors.
Right.
So I'm trying to keep them to where they're seeing while they're doing all the videoing and everything. And then Dale goes, yeah, it's time to cut the ribbon. He looks around and goes, oh,
Get
well,
up here.
yeah, Superman, it looks like you're doing it. You've got the scissors. And I even did this at one point to try handing them off to somebody, and
Right.
nobody took them. So,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, so
Anyway, but yeah. What I thought was funny was that, you know, when we walked up there to, you know, get ready for the ribbon cutting, of course they've got the aldermen and the councilmen and a couple of
Yeah.
state representatives there, and so I walk up and I was like, "How you doing?" And they're like, "Hi, I'm Representative, you know, whatever, like Representative Bateman or, you know," and then I was like, "Are you related to Justine and Jason?" She goes, "No, but I wish I was."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, hi, I'm Batman," you know. And I was walking down.
Not the Bateman, but the Batman.
Yeah, she goes, "I'm Bateman." That's where that comes from. I'm like, "Hi, what's your name?" "Oh, hi, I'm Batman."
Yeah.
And then I walk down to the next one. When I got to her, she goes, "Well, I'm not Batman, I'm Bateman." I'm like, "Okay."
And then all the heroes come up, shook all the representatives' hands, which was
Right.
awesome. You know, it was one of those one of those things. Getting, you know, the heroes getting not represented, but getting the acknowledgement from the representatives and the aldermen that were there.
Right.
So that was cool.
Right. And then the other thing was that they had a guy there that was cosplaying as Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
So we hopped on the golf cart, and
Then okay, you're telling my.
we were riding it around, and then every time we passed by Rachel, she'd stomp her foot and go, "That's not fair. That's not right." And I go, "It's the money thing."
From what I understand, now you couldn't see it though from one time, but apparently one time, what Rachel was telling me at one point, you guys stopped and she drew a bat logo on the hood.
Well, she
in the
did that
dirt.
before we even started.
Oh,
off.
okay.
So she goes, "Wait, it's got to be the Batmobile." So she drew a bat logo on it. And it's like, okay, now we can take off. So what was funny was after cruising around, we went
Yeah.
all over the place, several rounds. All of a sudden, he looked down. And he's like, "You know what? We're out of gas." So we stopped. So Jonathan comes over and he's like, "What's going on? We're out of gas." And so he's like, starts pushing. Him and the other guy start pushing it so that we can get it behind there. And then I guess when we got up on the flat, there was just a thimbleful enough gas that he was able to start back up and drive it in. So he dropped me off in the front, and I ran back up front and Commissioner
Wow.
Gordon, but we were coming up to the actual law enforcement officers, the actual cops.
Yeah.
And he was going, "How's it going, guys?" And they're like, "Nothing happened in commish. It's all safe on the home front." He goes, "Good to hear. Keep up the good work."
Yeah.
And then as we're driving out, I'm looking at him going, So anyway, but yeah, I think the cops really enjoyed.
Oh yeah, well,
Commissioner Gordon showed up.
all the cops they all knew, they all recognized me,
Right.
not only because of being on the job, but also they recognized me from the last year.
Right.
And looks like they're looking at possibly getting a hold of us to. I was talking with their lieutenant and Lieutenant Edwards actually,
Mhm,
and was talking to him, and they're looking at possibly bringing us up to do some stuff up in the St. Peter's area, and that to help with their to possibly jump in with their PR stuff.
Oh,
So which is awesome.
that would be cool.
So, and that more than likely, well, I don't know when that'll be, but yeah, it just something.
Right.
So it's something we've got in the works.
Right. We got a ton of irons in the fire. So, but yeah, and oh Lord.
You just about had a date. Batman just about had a date Friday, Saturday night.
Yeah, yeah, with a singer.
She was hamming it up with you.
Oh yeah, she was.
But no, the
She was
band,
actually singing to me for a little bit there.
yeah, the RESPECT.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I know.
more like
Sock it
ooh
to me.
baby, ooh baby songs. Yeah,
The sock it to me. Huh?
yeah, sing it to me.
But no.
When I walked up there and they were getting ready to do their set,
Uh huh.
the guy was like, down, 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 down. And I was whoa, that sounds familiar. Then I realized that's opening riff to Bat Dance.
And it was,
so I walked up to her and I said, if you guys play Bat Dance, I'll love you forever.
well, he started doing that, but then all of a sudden he went on the bass, and I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. I look over, and you're just standing there with a big brooding face, like, okay.
Yeah. She did sing Prince, though.
Yes,
She
she
sang
did.
Kiss, you know.
Yep.
So.
But no, the band was great. Everything was good. I didn't get to try. From what I understand, we didn't get to try any of the food trucks, but a lot of Jess, Tessa, Rachel, and a lot of them got to. And oh my God, they said the food was good.
Right.
We ended up actually having to starve and get Mickey D's.
Right.
So.
And I almost had an episode like Jessica did at the ball.
Yeah. Hey, at least you were sitting down.
Yeah.
And
We hopped in the truck. We're heading out, and we're heading down the interstate.
we're trying to find us a place to eat because it was
right.
with as late as it was, we didn't want to stop in at one of the sit down restaurants because Jess and I had to get back home to where we could get things loaded up. And again, at this time it was about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had to get home, load up, because we had to be ready to go. And we had to get up at about 3:30 the Sunday morning, so we could be in St. Louis, back to St. Louis, Sunday morning.
Right. And so she's like, can you hold off till Festus, and then we'll stop off at the drive-through there. Okay. But the farther we went, I started seeing spots in front of my eyes. I was like, okay, I need something to drink fast. And
so we had some vitamin water, and
they're like, sip this, and that helped, but I needed.
You needed substance.
I need sustenance. So we went. Lonnie and I went in. I splashed some water on my face, and walked around the parking lot, cooled off, and then we both got these massive cups of icy orange, and that went down good. And so I'm eating and drinking, and by the time I got home, I felt pretty righteous. But when I hit the bed, it was over. We got home Saturday night. Like I said, I loaded stuff up for the Shriners event Saturday or Sunday morning. Went in, got a shower, and then it was still 1 o'clock by the time I fell asleep. Right.
Jess, she went in, took a shower, come back, laid down in bed, and she was on.
Right.
She drove, thank God.
Right.
Because literally I had maybe an hour and a half of sleep. Got up to the Shriners event a little after 6. Loaded in, got set up. Thank you everybody who bought stuff from Heroes for Kids. We ended up raising a little bit of money, and that money goes to the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, which helps the David Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. So we were able to raise a little bit of money to throw in that pot for that. So which was awesome. It was a fun show. We were out of there by 2. The show went from VIPs came in at 8. Show started at 9, and then it went till 2 o'clock. We were packed and ready to go before 3 o'clock. We were actually back home by 4.
And then you went back to bed.
We went in once I got everything unloaded. We went in. I went in, took my shower, came back in the living room, sat down, relaxed, and it was a little bit of catnapping until it was time to go to bed later that evening.
Right.
But they had artist Lorenzo Lozano there, and then they had also.
What did he say about Jess's?
He was. Oh my God! Yeah, come up and give Jess a big hug, and Jess stood over there and talked to them for a little bit. Him and Funko Pop Santa, so with one of our vendors, and I got some stuff from him too.
Right.
But Brian Atkins was there. Artist Brian Atkins, he was there. We talked to him as well. May possibly get him to an upcoming show for Heroes for Kids.
Okay.
So he's interested. So which is going to be awesome. So again, had an awesome show Sunday. We got to raise a little bit of money. We got to blast and promote Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, which was awesome. We debuted by way of just put like about 8 of those top loaders in front of it. We debuted the VIP exclusive poster at the Shriner Show. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you wanted to see it, you had to get like this close to it. And the response from it was awesome. Had a lot of people grab hype cards. They're looking. Had a lot of people say that they're wanting to come to the show. So again, we had a good out. I even got interviewed by the Shriners. For a lot of those that don't know, I was a Shriners kid from the day I was born. Basically, from the time I was born until I aged out. And you age out unless you are in current, still in like procedural stuff, or it used to be this way. You aged out at 18. Mm-hmm. So, and I was a Shriners kid until I was 18. And they wanted to interview me because, just because that you have some form of a disability or an ailment or something like that doesn't mean that dreams don't come true.
Right.
Again, with Shriners was able to help me with my feet, my knees, my legs. Mine by no means was worse than some people out there,
right,
and some kids out there. But because of, even the technology that they had back then, back in the early 80s, here I am. I'm a 24, almost a 24-year law enforcement officer. Heck, I dress up as Superman on the weekends. Mm-hmm. So being able to give back and be there for the Shriner Show, when they went to do the interview, when I went to do the interview, I almost broke. Mm-hmm. Because he started in and it was just like, wow, I can't believe I'm getting interviewed for this.
Right.
Again, thank you Shriners, doctors, nurses, staff, for the tremendous work that you guys do on people. So definitely. Sunday was an awesome day. We got home, like I said, we crashed, and then it was off to this morning for work.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So I was talking to the boss lady about possibly taking the day off after the con.
Yeah.
Because I've managed to work it where I'm going to be there the whole thing.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
So I figured I'm going to need to rest up on Monday. And the boss lady goes,
"You have to work Monday?"
I have to work Monday.
Oh.
So I'm like, And so, because one other person has it off, and she's like, I can't spare you. And I'm like, but if she works, and she's like, yeah, then you could have off. And so
you're trying to wheel and deal and pull some strings.
So I was like, well, I don't really want to ask because she's already had it up, and she's like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't be surprised if pretty soon the boss lady comes up to me and goes, you're back up to a whole bunch of personal time off. You might
take it off.
You better take a week off.
Well, I'm taking this day then. Yeah.
Yeah. I told her, well, then I'm going to start putting, hey, I need this day off, this day off, this day off. And I better not get told no. And she goes, you know what? You're probably not going to get told no. If you do it early enough, you definitely won't get told no because you've got we can't really turn you down because you've got so much. And goes, and if it's a choice between the two, if two people do it at the same time, if you've got more, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
As opposed to them because you're entitled to it more. You know. So.
Which is awesome.
So anyway, I got to work that Monday. But.
Man. So we have. So scrolling through here, July 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Perry Park Center, for any of our volunteers that want to come out, July 3rd, Perryville will be doing our fireworks, and it is our last big hoorah in Perryville. We will be promoting Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, so come out, let's have some fun, do some meet and greet, enjoy the fireworks on July 3rd. That is at 9 o'clock, I believe, basically when it gets dark. Guys, try to be there, ready to go. I believe they're starting to. People are starting to show up at about 6, 7. We've got to be there to have everything set up early. You'll see we're going to be in our same spot, but we will have. But people are going to start showing up about 7, 7:30. So be prepared to get bombarded and promote the heck out of Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. So yeah, it's.
And we're going to be doing our costumes that most people expect us to do. That You'll be Superman, I'll be Captain America, Jody will be Iron Man, and
just let Jess know what characters you're going to be at again. What characters you're going to be, we'll get that, and we'll have some fun on the 3rd of July. 4th of July, I've got actually something that I'm doing personally as Superman. I've got that going on first things 4th of July morning, and I'll be up in the St. Louis area for that. But then the weekend is, and then the weekend is sitting back, relaxing, and hanging out with family.
Yeah.
So come on out and come up to the square. It is on the square. It is the first, with it being the first weekend of the month. The cruise-in is going on in Perryville. I'm not going to be in suit, but we're going to maybe go up and check it. Maybe just go up and just hang out and look at some of the cars and maybe go over. We were invited to come up and see one of the bands, so we're going to may come up and go up and see one of the bands on Saturday night. So
maybe you can hand out some hype cards.
Yeah, maybe we can hand out some hype cards and get people to more people interested in Heroes for Kids. Then we have the big one. For all the volunteers, please check. Jess has put you all in a chat. Give her what day you're coming in, what character you're doing. That way we can let the movie theater know. So the 10th, 11th, and the 12th, we will be at Marcus Theater from 6:30 to 10. Thursday and Friday, doing the premiere for Superman. And then we will be there on the 12th, all day, from 10 a.m. to pretty much it's going to be an all-day ordeal until they pretty much kick us out. So let's go. Let's have some fun on that day, on those days. And again, show the movie theater what we can really do and how much we love our fans and love just love the general love meeting and greeting people. Then the 13th, we will Jess and I will be at Toyman, and let me pull that up real quick. Let's see, pull Toyman up. We will be at Toyman this week, that weekend on the 13th, and Toyman, let's see. Let me see. Did that do it? We will have. Let's see. Heroes for Kids will be there. Again, I don't know what I did. Paul. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that just blew it up even bigger. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we have. Okay. Patricia Peppermint Patty Pats will be at Toyman on July 13th. So any of our Snoopy or Peanuts loving friends, please come out to see Peppermint Patty there in Bridgeton at the Machinist Hall on July 13th. And for all of you horror people, we have Pinhead. Paul Taylor will be there. He was Pinhead from Pinhead Judgment. And he will be there. Paul Taylor was actually here at our show a couple years ago. Oh my God, he is hilarious.
He almost got to live here because you locked him in
by accident.
Villainous ground.
Yes. So
we had a hard time even getting him to Chick-fil-A, and then
we lock him in. Paul Taylor will be there.
In other words, he had a hard time getting here, and then he had a hard time leaving here.
Yes.
He was like, gosh, what is it about this place?
So, yeah, but no, looking forward to hanging out with Paul. Yeah. Matter of fact, just chatted with him a little bit just the other day. I posted on their on the Toyman site. Look forward to seeing everybody. It's been a while. And then Paul goes, yes, it has. Look forward to seeing you too. So I'm like, awesome. So, so hopefully we'll get some good. We're gonna have some fun on the 13th.
Yeah.
So that is again St. Louis. That is the Machinist Hall. The address is 12365 St. Charles Rock Road, Bridgeton, Missouri, and that is on July 13th. Then we have the Big Kahuna.
Yes, right there.
Heroes for Kids Comic Con, July 19th and 20th. Vendors, we have early setup July 18th from 2 to 7.
Yes.
So be there. Vendors, if you haven't, let Jess know so she can get you added onto the vendor chat or vendor forum. That way you all know there are, you have until tomorrow, I believe it is, to reserve your rooms at the Holiday Inn.
Yes.
So, get that done. Because it'll get you that special rate that we've got through the Holiday Inn. So, so vendors, get on that chat. That way you know what's going on. And if you have any questions for Jess or Mary Jo, that way they can get you guys taken care of.
And yes, Jonathan, we will miss you at the con.
Yes, we will miss you, Jonathan. Need to come down here and we need to hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm gonna flip myself around,
okay,
so we can run through some stuff here.
Right.
Again, Heroes for Kids Comic Con, July 19th and 20th. Perry Park Center, 800 City Park Drive. Brought to you by Heroes for Kids and
Villainous Grounds.
Our recipients for this year is the Captain Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. Please check out their websites. They're all two awesome organizations. Our Captain Dorn Foundation is our regional recipient this year, and the Perry County Community Task Force is our local recipient this year.
Yeah.
Special guests, we'll get a little bit more into them here in just a little bit. Tessa, kick off that light back there. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, wow, yes.
Yeah, that'll get
okay, our special guests this year, Philo Barnhart, Scott Ennis, and Jerry the King Lawler. We only have Mom, we only have 3 videos up still.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo too. Hey everybody, Scott Ennis here. We're coming to Perryville, Missouri. Get ready.
We've also got Jerry the King Lawler. Philo Barnhart is going to be there, a great animator. And dude, I'm telling you, we have thrown out all the stops. We're going to bring it. We're bringing a Scooby-Doo store to choke a horse. I mean, I'm telling you, right, Scoob?
Yeah.
All your Funko Pops, your T-shirts, your hats, everything and anything Scooby-Doo. We are going to have a good time. We're even going to put on a show. We're going to do a whole 15-minute show with me doing all the voices from all the movies and all that stuff. Yeah, Papa Smurf, you know, all those characters. What's up, Don? You get the gist. Perryville, Missouri. It's going to be, I think it's the 19th and 20th, right? And we're coming up there. That's July, by the way. All the details are in the post above. Make plans to come see. It's going to be the biggest and best that it's ever been. Scott Ennis right here, bringing the cast.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Ghost Clown, what's the pendant? Well, I don't actually have a pendant.
Hey everybody, Scott Ennis here. You know me as
Get that off his
Scooby-Doo.
nose.
You're picking his nose.
Some of your favorite cartoon characters.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And Scrappy-Doo, too.
Fred Flintstone and Bunny Rubble. And Yogi Bear.
And Boo-Boo. And this is Papa Smurf.
We are coming to Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. This is going to be in Perryville, Missouri. It's going to be July 19th and 20th. I'm so excited. We are bringing the whole Scooby-Doo store, Pops. We've got T-shirts, hats, plushes, books, statues, you name it. We've got everything under the sun, and we're going to be bringing it. And the celebration of Scooby-Doo, 55 years. Hard to believe. Hey, come see us. Perryville, Missouri. Are you writing this down? Get a pen. This is going to be on July 19th and 20th of July, and we're going to be at the, the Perry Park Center, I believe? Yeah, in Perryville, Missouri. So, yeah, it's going to be July 19th and 20th. We're excited, and you should be too. Come on out. It's a great cause. Heroes for Kids. I hear Superman's going to be there. I love Superman. So, anyway, come see us. We're looking forward to it. Scooby-Doo, where are... Well, hey, you know, would have got away with it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
And then we have Jerry the King Lawler. Here I am with Jerry the King Lawler.
That's me.
So, come out to Perryville, July 19th and 20th. 800 City Park Drive, Perryville, Missouri. Come meet the King.
It's going to be a great time. It's going to be non-stop. All of this great stuff that I'm going to have available to everybody that comes by. And just come by and say hi, get an autograph from the King.
July 19th and 20th, Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. The King, Jerry Lawler.
The funny thing is, I used to live at 525, which is right across the parking lot from the park center.
Yeah.
One house there. And, man, if I'd kept that thing, we could all just change, or we could just
Go
make
right
that the
there,
center,
yeah.
and then just walk across the parking lot with our stuff, and, you know, we could have kept all the stuff locked up in the basement where we needed and pulled it out when we needed it, and just head on over there, set it up, and we'd be done about 2 shakes of rat's tail, and that'd be the end of it.
Why'd you move? Oh.
There's a long story that I really don't want to get into.
Yes. Okay.
Let's just-
Address for the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. On that note, address for Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. Again, 800 City Park Drive.
See, I used to live right.
On that note, we'll keep going up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoops.
So,
Okay. Villains Cafe. Check it out. They've got some awesome food, awesome drinks, awesome snacks in there. So we'll get into that here in just a few minutes. Then you have, we want to do a big shout out. And if anybody still wants to sponsor Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, again, it gets you listed on our webpage. It gets you a shout out. And again, 100% of the proceeds, once expenses are paid for the show, 100% of the proceeds goes goes to our 2 organizations, the Captain Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. So we want to give a big shout out to, again, Robinson Outdoor, Republic Monitor, the city of Perryville, because, again, without them and without their love and support, we would not be doing this, doing this way. And Walmart, Perryville Walmart. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
These are all sponsors as well.
Yes.
Okay, River City Center, SEMO Patriot Guard Riders, Rusty Route Farms, Phone Forgeries, Living with Purpose, the Hero Complex, which we were just at, and Bower Engineering.
Yep. Then we have the Super Museum and the Super Van. From what I'm understanding, the Superman van will be out front on display.
Sweet.
So, Rowley Brothers Trucking, Robinson Companies, Benning Ford, TG Missouri, St. Paul Lutheran Church, Marcus Theater, Cape Girardeau, and the SEMO University Foundation. Then we have the Dane Good Grooming, Frank and Bridget's Produce, All Creatures Veterinarian Clinic, and St. Jim Dairy Queen Grill and Chill. So we want to thank you, all of our sponsors. And again, anybody that would like to sponsor, again, go to Heroes for Kids.
Actually, you can
Go to Heroes for Kids
We've got a-
ComicCon.org. Let me get up there and click that link.
right there.
And donate, sponsor, and that's even for individuals as well. So come on, again, you know the money's going to a good cause. Again, it's going to the Captain Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. Who do we want to do now? Do we want to do vendors or do we want to do our special guests?
Let's do our vendors. I think we've already done our special guests.
We'll do our special guests again too.
Oh,
Hey, there we go.
yeah. Okay. Of course.
Artists.
And you can click on any one of these and learn about them.
And learn a little bit about them. Whoops.
So.
Let me get back up there.
Okay.
Artists. Dang it.
So titchy.
Yes, it is. We have art by Autumn Zavo, Chris Ebert, Bob Hamby, who did our VIP exclusive print that we have for the show. Celestia Art, Tessa Johnson, Podix Paintings, Fantasy Realms, and Bilbus Thick.
For our authors, we've got Richard Beauchamp, Todd Black, Books and Crafts by Justice, Amy Hale, Morgan Strong Comnick, and Golden Hollow, Weston Kincaid, Ellie Mack, and Diana Moore.
All right. For our general vendors, we have the 501st and Rebel Legion, 573 Collectibles. They will be there Sunday only. Okay. The Bone Cave, Boot Hill Bat Fam, Chelsea Quinn Cosplay, Colonel Ambush Handmade Jewelry, Critical Crafters, and the Crystal Lizard.
Okay, you've got Custom Wreaths by Bev, Duncan's Laser Engraving, Extremicon, Foam Forgeries, Gotham City Comics and Collectibles, Heroes for Kids, Impressive Inks, and Infinity Comics.
Justin's 3D Prints, Just Like Our Fan Fiction, Leisure Time Creations, The Little Black Cat Company, Low Cools, Marcus Theater Cape, Perry County Ambulance Service, Midwest Throwdown Professional Wrestling will be there. And it just started pouring.
Oh, it
And
poured
we've got
earlier.
the Missouri,
Hold on a second. I want to make sure. Yep, okay,
Yeah.
you're good.
the Missouri Child Identification Program, Raymond Santa Parker Funko Pops, Pence Productions, Perry County Sheriff's Department, the Perryville Fire Department, the Perryville Police Department, the Quilting Mother CR Printing Department, the Red Brick Collectibles Department. No, anyway.
Now we've got one that's not listed, and I know we've got to get him up there, and that is the Superman's Collectors Group. The Superman Collectors Group will be here as well. We have Brian Rischerdi 3D. We have St. Louis Brick Fanatics, Villainous Grounds with all your tasty treats and delicious drinks. And then we have Brad and Lisa Worrell. So, I mean, we're going to have a fun time. A lot of vendors, a lot of cool stuff. Again, opens up on at 9 o'clock on Saturday for VIPs. 10 is general admission. Sign-ups gives you all your listings and everything. Please go online and check that out. And then show floor closes at 5 on both days. Scott Ennis has his panel, and I know I've said 1 o'clock. It's actually 1:30. So be ready for that. And then we roll right from the Scott Ennis panel right into the costume contest. So, which is going to be awesome. There's going to be a silent auction, brick building, drawing contest, D&D games, Smash Brother competitions. I mean, yeah, trivia. So, going to be an awesome weekend. Let's get into some of those delicious treats we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Villains Cafe. We got sandwiches. The chicken salad sandwich with celery, cranberries, and a creamy sauce on an Asian bun. Artesian bun. I'm seasoned. Artesian bun. Artisan. Or I don't know.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look like artisan. It looks like artisan.
Artisan bun. It's on a bun. There we go.
Yeah. It's an arty bun. Okay.
And again, a hardwood smoked pork with hickory brown sugar sauce on a bun.
Yeah. On the special bun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Added additional sides are potatoes, potato salad, chips, carrot sticks, sweet treats. We have brownies or blueberry bites and a salted caramel cookie. Specialty beverages. We have the I don't know why, but we've got the Scooby Palmer. Then we have the Shagalicious. Boy, you just need to do. You need to do Austin Powers one
day.
If you can come over for just a short time on Sunday, that would be the perfect
I'm
time.
going to be there all day Sunday.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay, that's a little different, but because I'm used to you only being there until about noon, and then,
right, and then I have to take off. But yeah, I've worked it out with the powers that be that weekend I shall be able to fully dedicate to this. So,
okay, all right, awesome.
Good deal. That way I can also be there for the check presentation and that I always seem to miss since we went to a 2-day show.
Yes.
So I've talked with the powers that be and told them it's only one time a year, and and this is important to me. And
give me a little bit, please.
No, she wasn't like that.
But we've got the Scooby Palmer and the Shagalicious.
Scooby Palmer.
The Scooby Palmer. And the Shagalicious, baby.
I'll have this Shagalicious baby. Oh, that's really smooth. Shall I drink it now or drink it later?
Do I know you two anymore?
Scott, if I show up as Austin Powers, that guy's gonna be like, "Oh,
get over here!" Exactly. Then we have hot brewed coffee, medium roast, dark roast, and decaf, hot cocoa, cold brewed coffee, hot tea, cold tea, black tea, black tea, raspberry, rose, hibiscus, sweetened and sweetened to taste. Additional flavors is a 50-cent addition. We got bottled water, single sip packs. And again, here's the cool thing, and we want to thank Villainous Grounds for doing this, Additional food items cannot be found at the Park Center concession.
Cannot be found. It
can be found at the Park Center concession. But here's the thing that I love about Villainous Grounds. Where is it at? Oh, I think it's on the main page. I'll have to go back to the home page. I think that's where it was at. There it is. And we want to thank Villainous Grounds for this. And again, we couldn't. Give me a second, sorry. Heroes for Kids couldn't have a better partner in crime than Villainous Grounds. And, you know, and again, I know I say partner in crime, but it is called Villainous for a reason. But Villainous Grounds is awesome.
Heroes and villains.
Heroes and villains teaming up.
Yeah.
Heroes and villains teaming up to do something awesome for the community. But Villainous Grounds, this I love them for this. Profits from the cafe go directly toward the event. So again, so you buying your lunch at the cafe goes to the event. And again, this is a non-alcoholic event. So just to be aware, I'm going to kick you in the shins. All right, now we're going to tell you a little bit about the 3 guests we've got coming in, if it'll load. All right, go for it.
All right. First, let's talk about Scott Innes,
Let me blow him up a little bit here. Whoa.
who was originally a Poplar Bluff native who now lives down in Louisiana, down in Baton Rouge. He's done just about every voice that you can think of in Hanna-Barbera. You can see all the pictures of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy Rogers, Scrappy-Doo, Fred and Barney and Popeye and Bugs Bunny and Snagglepuss and Bandit and Papa Smurf and all those guys. He's also voiced the new Scooby-Doo pinball machine and is a narrator on the new Spooky Pinball's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He was also the ring announcer in Iron Claw, the motion picture with Zac Efron, and he's also got this huge store that he brings that if you can't find something having to do with any of these characters, you're not looking.
Mainly Scooby-Doo, but
mostly Scooby-Doo, but yes, but yeah, he's going to bring all that, and it's quite a setup.
I should have started with him because then it could have led to him, but that's okay.
Right.
Then we've got, for the 3rd time here in Perryville, he loves Perryville that much.
Right.
We have the awesome, the talented, 2nd generation Disney animator, Philo Barnhart. Philo Barnhart worked on The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Rescuers Down Under, Secret of Nim, Happily Ever After, and did the special effects for Star Trek, the motion picture. Philo also worked on many animated TV series, including The Smurfs, Scott Innes, 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Scott Innes, Jim and the Holograms, Space Ace, Super Friends Season 5, so we got that Superman in there, Dragon's Lair for all of you video gamers out there, and many more. And he still comes around. You can see his work on in books and animation and toy designs still to this day. So again, getting to see Philo again is always a pleasure. Come out, bring your toy, and even you bring your stuff from home. I've got plenty of my DVDs, or not DVDs, VHSs. Yes, VHS, signed by Philo Barnhart. Then we have the king of Memphis, the king of wrestling, Jerry, the King Lawler, will be here. Jerry is from Memphis, Tennessee, hails in Memphis, Tennessee. His accolades, oh my God, just read it. WWE Hall of Famer, numerous world titles, that included the AWA World Heavyweight Championship, the WCWA World Heavyweight Championship, the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship. In his early career as a DJ, attracted the attention of wrestling promoters that led him into his later into his career in commentating, which a lot of people know, where he sat second chair to Jim Ross. He won his first title in 1974, winning the title, or earning the title, the King of Wrestling. Along with all of his wrestling appearances and specials and video games and everything that he's done, he portrayed himself in the 1999 Jim Carrey film about Andy Kaufman, Man on the Moon, which he feuded with him numerous on stage, and everybody remembers the slap around the world on the, I believe it was the Johnny Carson's show,
Right.
I think is when it was. So again, come out, hang out with Jerry, hang out with Philo, hang out with Scott. It's going to be an awesome weekend. Look forward to seeing everybody here again. That is July 19th and 20th, Perryville, Missouri. Again, 19 days away. Tickets are still available. Tickets are available online. I want to tell you right now, we are not.
Whoops.
Give me a second.
1,000.
Oh, shut up. Boop, 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 boop. It's been technical difficulties.
So anyway,
It's getting there. There it is.
too bad. What? Wyatt? July 19th, the Penguin.
Awesome.
Maybe we could talk to him today, doing it a week early. Where was he going to?
There it is. Images, home. Tickets. Tickets are on sale now. Please, early bird, VIP tickets available online only. Now, depending on how many, if we have a few, now these are limited only. We only have, I think, about 15 of those left. And again, this is what it gets you. Let me see, where's it at? Down here, it's a little bit. Tickets at the door, downstairs to the gymnasium, cash or card. Children 5 and under get in free with the paid admission of an adult. And first responders and active military free with credentials. Credentials. Okay. Each ticketing option will direct you to Square site for payment processes. Okay. Processing. Again, look at this. Boy, that sucker lights up.
Yes.
The green cup with the Heroes for Kids logo. And again, you can't see it, but there it is, that exclusive poster. So again, you get the cup, you get the exclusive poster, you get in an hour early, a VIP badge. You get an hour early on Saturday only, because Sunday we start at a later time. But you get the VIP badge, which is basically almost like a fast pass as well.
Right.
So again, it'll get you up there to see the guest as well. A little quicker. So that is $25. $25 a person. So, I mean, come on. I mean, it gets you the cup, a free drink at the cafe, the VIP badge, early access on Saturday. That's almost a good, probably $50 to $75 value.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, at some cons, that's almost $100. That's almost $100 there, just dropping a bucket on trying to get in. $25. So
Get you the whole weekend.
Yeah, get you the whole weekend. Again, it's going to be off. Weekend general admission passes, $10. Okay, Saturday only, $7. Sunday only, $6. Again, you can go online. You can buy them at the door as well. Look forward to seeing everybody. This is going to be an awesome. Let's see. Is it actually? Oh, hey, it did it. Good deal. There we go. Get it right there. So our 3 guests is going to be hanging and watching over us for the rest of this today.
Right.
Again, look forward to seeing everybody on the 19th and 20th. Look forward to seeing everybody on the 3rd. So this coming Thursday, we will be at the Perry Park Center doing. Tess, let's kick on that light over there. Or actually, no, leave that one off. We'll just do this one.
Okay.
We've got. Again, the 3rd, come out, enjoy the fireworks. They'll have Luna Ice will be there again. Kettle Corn will be there. Heroes for Kids will be there. So again, have your popcorn, your ice cream. Come out and get photos with the superheroes, and even get your tickets for Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. We'll have that set up. Hopefully, we'll have that set up. We'll have autographs and stuff for people that we'll hand out to as well. Now, autographs and that, what we'll do is for a small donation, we'll have we'll have a jar there, small donation, get you an autograph. Photos will be fine. Photos are free, but the autographs we're asking for a couple dollars for autographs, and all that money will go to the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con and help to help that out.
Yeah.
That is on the 3rd of July. About 7 o'clock is when it'll start, and we will sign autographs and take photos pretty much throughout the whole until they kick us off the lot, until the fireworks are done. Then the 10th, 11th, and 12th, we will be in Cape Girardeau at the Marcus Theater for Superman the movie. So come out and hang out with us. One of the 3 days that we're going to be out there. Saturday,
6:30 to 10 on Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
And then from 10 o'clock on until we get done on Saturday.
Right. And then the 13th, Heroes for Kids will be up at the Machinist Hall in Bridgeton, off of St. Charles Rock Road. We will have Paul Taylor and Patricia Patz up there. It is an awesome show. Over 200 toy vendors that's on the main floor, and then writers, artists, and more toys upstairs. And then Patricia Patz and Paul Taylor will be in the Cove, signing autographs and meeting and greeting with everybody. Man, can you just imagine? Well, how would that animated movie go? Or how would that would be one heck of a movie. Pinhead versus Peppermint Patty.
So it's Peppermint Patty versus Polly Pinhead.
Yeah, how?
Basically,
Well, I would love to see that showdown.
Pinhead would be like, "Oh my goodness, I'm in hell," because you're trying to hold my claw, you sly gal.
So yeah,
my money's on Peppermint Patty.
My money's on Peppermint Patty too. Sorry, Paul. Money's on Peppermint Patty.
Not unless you bring Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Yes. You know what? We ought to try finding. Jess ought to try finding a way to see if what kind of coffee Paul likes, and we'll take him a bag of Villainous Ground. We'll take him a bag of Villainous
Are
Ground.
you wanting him to have flashbacks? Oh,
so yeah.
He took it in good.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. If you want to know the story, come up. If you want to know the story about Paul Taylor coming to Villainous Grounds, please come up to Machinist Hall July 13th and check it out and ask us about it. We will tell you it is hilarious. So I don't want to spoil it, because again, you want the story, ask Paul himself.
Yeah.
So yeah. The best way to do it, get people in there. They'll get them. Hey, so you want to hear the story? Get in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We've got a lot going on this in July, and a short time to get there.
Right.
So again, look forward to seeing everybody. Look forward to seeing everybody at Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. I have heard nothing but, I mean, everybody going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we gotta go, we gotta go. I mean, our 3 guests, I mean, it has been just a tremendous, I mean, they want to come and meet our guests. I mean, it is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, where I'm working, Scott Ennis is the big draw.
Awesome.
And then
Jerry,
Jerry, yeah.
Philo.
And Philo, he lines them up down the block.
Oh yeah.
And he showed up for Mayfest. He
had them wrapped around. He ran them halfway around the building.
Right. Yeah.
Which was awesome. So again, definitely look forward to seeing these 3 in the on the showroom floor, hanging out with everybody. But I'm hoping it's crazy enough to where
Yeah, we don't get to suit up. Or if we do, it's got to be something that we can quickly get back into regular clothes because we're too busy. Or that might be why I wear Austin Powers, so that
you could just be walking around going groovy, baby.
Groovy, baby. You manage her going? Yeah, but that always cracks you up for some reason. What I thought was funny was when he came down for Mayfest and they had Beauty and the Beast in the parade.
Yes.
And he got to sit with them and they were like,
yes.
Squeak.
So yeah, again, I'm looking forward to it.
In fact, when we went to Heckley's, they have donuts, and he was like, "You guys want to print? Choose any print." All the girls were like, "Who is this guy?" He's the guy that drew Beauty and the Beast. Now,
yeah.
All of a sudden, stars in their eyes.
That or we were sitting at Mary Jane's for dinner the night before, and he sat there and sketched out a picture for Carissa, the owner of Mary Jane. So again, awesome. These guys are awesome. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
So July 19th and 20th, come and meet these 3 guys. It's going to be awesome. So, dude, I'm looking forward to Superman. I gotta go for it again. I'm looking forward to Superman.
Yeah.
Did you see the new clip? You know how everybody says that Superman hates the dog and all this other kind of stuff?
Right.
But Krypto is a menace in this movie. Hilariously menace.
Oh yeah.
But the new
comedy.
The new clip where Superman confronts Lex. Have you seen that one?
No.
Apparently, all you see is a door shatter, and a dude sitting in a chair, and he, oh no, jumps and stumbles out of the chair, runs over to the wall, and oh my God, don't kill me! And Superman just walks up to Lex, and all he says is, "Where's the dog?" Luthor's just sipping on a cup of coffee. What dog? Where's the dog? What dog? And then he says something under his breath as he's in the middle of drinking the cup. What did you say? And it's just like, oh yeah. I mean, you get that animosity between the two of them. Which
I've seen the one where the Fortress of Solitude is basically destroyed, and he's like,
Krypto.
"You guys were supposed to watch him," and he goes, "Well, he knows we're not living things, we're robots, and so he feels no desire to behave for us." And then all of a sudden, Krypto comes in, "Bad dog,
tugging on Superman's cape.
Bad dog."
So
it was cute.
I am looking forward to the movie. I can't wait. Again, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able not to spoil any of the movie. I mean, granted, you slap me, duct tape me, whatever. That just we can't go there. No, never mind.
I'm gonna find some kryptonite and
if you don't cool it. But no, Superman's not as strong. I mean, rumor is that Superman's not as strong as what he has been portrayed in a lot of the other movies, a lot of other adaptations. And I've heard early reviews that the movie has got that Superman the animated series vibe to it.
Yeah.
So the more depowered Superman. I'm looking. I mean, and I grew up watching. Now, granted, I grew up watching Super Friends and all that other kind of stuff, and the animated series. So, I'm looking forward to it. I am. I'm not.
Well,
I love all the Superman movies. I don't hate any of them. I mean, yeah.
Well, I took Karis to the movies last Saturday, and we went to see 28 Years Later. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they did have in their previews
A clip of Superman.
And I was like, wow. I mean, you fly right into the heart of the action with Superman. He's all tearing things up, and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And then my daughter's sitting there, and she's like, well, it's cool, it's Superman, but CGI is kind of lean. And I'm like, probably because it's a trailer, the movie's probably going to be 10 times better than this. And she goes, well, I still want to see the movie, but okay, well then, so do I.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. So.
I'm looking forward to it.
I like what I'm seeing too. So.
Yeah. Batman looks like he's getting an upgrade again. So new costume design. I just saw it in the preview. You just read a little bit about it in the preview just a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about they're getting ready to start doing the Marvel DC crossovers again? First one's getting ready to come out is Deadpool and Batman.
Yeah, that actually, to take a guy who kind of has a stick up his butt and the guy who can't keep his mouth shut, that ought to be an interesting.
It ought to be.
It ought to be an interesting pairing. It's not the first dude that Batman's had to deal with.
Right.
So, I think it might work. It depends on what the storyline is and whatnot, but makes me wonder who they're going to pair up Superman with.
I don't know. I'd like to see that. I mean,
like Wolverine or somebody.
That would be the Man of Steel versus the Man of Adamantium.
Yeah.
So.
Or
Gambit.
We could answer the question. Can Adamantium pierce the Man of Steel? Probably not.
No.
But probably what they'll do is they'll make it where you get some kind of kryptonite tips on it or something.
No, now I will have to say that is my dream comic of a crossover. Tessa just said it. I've actually got an art piece with that in it. Superman and Gambit. Mm-hmm. I would love to see those two pair up. Again, you have the Blue Boy Scout and
the Thief.
The hero
the Cajun
thief.
Lover Boy.
So,
Cajun Lover Boy.
Cajun Lover Boy. It makes me want.
She just went way off into left field.
Yeah, she did.
The Cajun, it's the New York. Basically, it's it's the North meets the South type of deal. It's you have the thief versus the cop, basically.
Right. Which makes me wonder. Okay, Gambit can absorb
kinetic energy.
Well,
no, he projects. He stores it. He stores it
and then flings
pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would happen if Superman shoots heat vision at Gambit?
He would melt.
He died.
Okay.
Again, that answers that.
It's not like Cyclops's concussive force. Unlike Superman. I mean, again, that's basically the sun rays actually hitting something.
Right.
So it's going to melt it.
People ask me that all the time. What would happen if Cyclops and Superman just stared at each other and Superman would blow a hole through his head.
Superman's beams would shoot right through the
we're
optic blast and decapitate Cyclops.
Exactly. We're talking something that is the power of the sun, the heat of the sun, as fast as the speed of light, and while Cyclops is concussive energy, so it's more like a bap in the face than anything. But a really hard bap in the face. He could knock the meat off of an average person's bones.
Right. Well, he's done it with he's done it to Wolverine many times.
Right.
But again, it's not a melting. It's more of a ripping.
Yeah. It's like the difference. It's like the difference between taking a laser beam and shooting it through a piece of meat and taking a baseball bat and slamming the meat.
Right.
Yeah. So.
What do we got?
Superman's going. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, son.
So Superman for the win on that particular deal.
We were talking a little bit about Gambit. Gambit, was a trained thief, but his powers are taking the potential energy in his body or in an object. Mm-hmm. So, like, say this. He grabs it and he transfers all that potential energy into kinetic energy and uses it as a bomb. So it's basically like the air, and he can get strong, a fully powered Gambit. And if you want, I can even show you the issues. Actually, it's in that book. It's in that box right there. I can pull it out in just a matter of seconds. But Gambit, fully powered, can think of an object and time delay it by thinking about it and explode it. He can charge up the air molecules in the air. So him being fully powered, he can destroy a world by thinking about it, because just by charging up the air, the ground, basically the environment around him, and he can charge it. He can charge it up and.
But he doesn't destroy the plant because he doesn't want to die.
Right.
That leads me to another question.
Yeah.
Seeing you're kind of the resident X-Men expert. Rogue grabs hold of Superman by the hand.
Okay.
Can she draw his powers?
Yes.
Okay.
She, but again, you've got the, yes, she has got the power of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is not faster than Superman, or Wonder Man. He's got the he could be the equivalent. He could have somewhat of the equivalency of a Superman style, a Wonder Woman style power. But again, you still got it would be going to Captain Marvel and Wonder Man. Them two, him taking on them two, it would be a good fight. I would still see Superman beat him. Because, again, look at the arsenals they've got. Look at Superman. And again, I'm gonna go back to it, and I'll say it again. Go back. If anybody hasn't read it, everybody read it or even watch it. Superman versus the Elite. Mm-hmm. Right there goes to show you, just how Superman works. He might let you beat the ever-living tar out of you. There's a purpose for that. Mm-hmm. He's gauging you. He's seeing because again, his enemies, 90% of his enemies knows what this man can take. So they're going to go at him all out.
Right.
What's Superman doing? He's doing the Batman thing. And on top of that,
scaring the crap out of him.
Yeah. So, but he's doing that Batman thing. He's assessing what's going on.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, now it's my time to strike.
Well, the difference between him and Batman is he'll let them do that to him while he's assessing. Batman will hide in the shadows and assess them on what they do to other things,
Right.
and then formulate a strategy.
Well, now if you watch the Elite, Superman somewhat does that in the Elite, in the Superman. Superman
yeah,
because he watches it, because he sees what they're doing. I mean, it's not one of them things. You know, he's like, hey guys, why are you doing this? Or you know, it's like, hey, here's a new super team, so I'm going to go over and introduce myself, and we'll see if we can't, you know, see if they're good guys or see what's going on. Then all of a sudden he's assessing. Oh my God, that's what these guys are doing. Okay, but he hasn't fought them yet, so he already sees, Batman style, what they've all done or what they can do. But then it's like, okay, well, let me jump in the fray and say, okay, these guys need to be stopped.
Also,
now on Batman's side, Batman's going to be going, okay, Superman, you go over and tussle with that guy. I want to sit back here and get readings on him so I know how to take care of him.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Let's put it like this. Let's say that Tessa over there is a villain, okay?
Okay.
But she's got some kind of power that
You know,
gives
I
her
am
one
one.
up on Superman, okay? Superman will look at the villain and he'll be like, why are they able to do that? Maybe he'll hit him with an X-ray vision. Maybe he'll do some kind of assessment by looking him up and down, and there's something in the cortex of the brain that gives them this ability. So then he and zaps, lobotomizes or
Manchester Black,
or you know, yeah, he'll do something like that. Whereas Batman will be more like, okay, the only thing that could cause this kind of stuff is if this is happening and and then he'll test that, and then 9 times out of 10 he's correct.
Right.
So, whereas Superman is kind of like a living X-ray machine.
Superman's basically a living computer, and
Right,
basically can go,
yes,
okay,
exactly.
I'm going to assess this as we're fighting.
Right.
Batman, on the other hand, is going, okay, I'm going to
He's
say
going-
again.
He's
I'm
going,
sa-
I see that he broke into the bank and he did this. How was he able to touch the wall and knock it down or walk through
Right.
it? Or did he vibrate his molecules? Or was there some kind of tech involved in his gloves? Or did he punch through the wall? Or what did he do? How did he get in there? And then he'll prepare for that before he goes out to meet him. Whereas Superman will just land there and go, okay, I'm looking at your molecule level, and your molecules are doing this number.
Right.
So that's how you got into the
We'll
bank
see.
vault.
That's like Batman and Superman's first appearance. I've
Right.
seen memes about this quite a bit. It's like, oh my God, look, Batman got the best of Superman. Blah blah blah. It's from the animated series where
Where he flipped him.
where he flips him.
Right.
And Superman turns around, Batman takes him and flips him. Superman goes crashing through a table and slides across the floor a little bit. Superman comes back over, lickety split, and he's right there and he's like, don't try that again. Because again, Batman knew it. Batman was like, he already knows about Superman, but he knew that he caught him off guard to be able to do that. Because
that's why the
he
next
knew,
time he come out, he had that kryptonite, and he was like, this is just a little bit. Imagine what
It's like,
a rock this big could do.
and this is the reason why I'm I'm here. Right. But
Which is
again,
when he-
it was one of those things. He already knew Superman. Superman didn't know him yet, but he knew Superman. But it wasn't until Superman was right there, and then it was like, okay, hi Bruce, how are you? And it was just like,
that's another thing that I kind of found a little weird, and maybe you can explain. Okay, he stares at the cow.
right,
Looks through and he's like, okay, you're Bruce Wayne. Now I know who you are. Well, when he gets home, he takes off his costume, gets in his pajamas, he's crawling into bed, and all of a sudden he realizes, Batman's out there. How did he find where I live? And he looks down on his cape,
and
there's a tracer.
the tracking
I'm like,
device.
You didn't know that was there?
Again, it was on the cape.
Yes.
So again, as he was doing this, or when he flipped him, he clipped it on him.
Right. Right.
So because as you noticed, Batman had to pick himself up off the ground.
Right.
And at that point,
I mean, Superman's a brick wall. Of course he's gonna find himself down on the ground. And
So,
he still got busy with Lois.
But between their confrontation, he was able to.
Right.
I mean, again, it's a cape.
Right.
I mean, look. I mean, hell, look at how many times we walk somewhere and a cape goes, and then knocks something off the table. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, I didn't know my cape did that.
Your cape does that.
Yours does too. Trust me.
I know.
But again, how many times does something catch the cape and okay? So yeah, them two tussling and
Right.
aha, I see what he did. Okay.
Right. Yeah, because that
Then
whole,
he picks
that
up
whole
the phone and hey,
yeah, Superman's just used to your average guy. He grabs you, that's enough, and then okay, I'm done. You know, but Batman, he's gone on against.
and
foes
again,
bigger and
but
stronger.
again, he has no
He
reason.
had no idea that was going to happen, and he just.
But again, he had no purpose of doing anything with Batman. But he was just like, "Why are you in my city?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, okay, yeah, and then that was when the little bit of the tussle started.
Right.
So, and then they came to a mutual understanding,
Yeah.
and then became best friends. Wow, that almost
Well,
sounds-
not in that.
not
episode.
in that episode.
You
I mean,
know,
it was
he was
a
like,
couple-
Lois decides to stay, and he's like, well, I gotta go back,
yeah.
and she's like, oh, well, So there was that.
What are you saying?
It was
Lois
sort of,
Lois Lane gets around.
They were sort of frenemies.
Yeah. What are you saying? Lois Lane gets around.
I'm saying that she's fickle. She goes for the pretty boy, but
Then what do you call Luther? Because she dated Luther at one time. Actually, she dated Luther before she dated Batman.
yeah. Well, then she's kind of stupid, isn't she?
She also dated, depending on where you go, she also dated Oliver Queen
Yes.
and Arthur Curry.
Yes. She's a scam. I hate to say this, but like Wolverine is a skank in the Marvel, okay? But
He gets around. Let's keep it.
Okay.
He gets around.
Okay.
There we go. He's
Bruce Wayne gets around a little bit too much too. I mean,
Well, now,
we're
now,
talking-
wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, Bruce Wayne gets around more than Wolverine because Wolverine's been around. Yes, Wolverine's gotten around more than any of them
because he's been around for 200 years.
He's been around since the 1800s.
Right.
And I'm waiting on Jess to look at us and go, full forgeries.
Or
Yeah, Mongo. Yeah.
But when you look at Batman, it's like Jezebel Jet, Vesper Fairchild, Silver Scent Cloud, Nocturna Night, Selena Kyle, Vicky Vale, Linda Page,
Talia al Ghul.
Talia al Ghul. That
Superman's got a notch.
Lori Lamaris, Lois Lane, Lana Lang. If it's two L's, he's getting biddy.
Maxima, Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, Maxima was more of a that. I don't think that was consensual. I think that was more of a.
It was, but it was. Yeah. Power Girl.
He hit Power Girl.
Yeah. Him and Power Girl were.
I know he's been with Wonder Woman.
Power Girl. Now again, Power Girl was Power Girl. Yes, is Supergirl, but Supergirl from another universe, and in that universe they weren't cousins.
Okay.
So they weren't that.
Right.
So yeah.
And I hate to
They
say
had
this.
a small thing there for a while, but then it was just like Superman was like, yeah. I think finally, I think they're
It's like kissing my sister.
basically yeah.
Well, it's funny
Because even in one comic book, Power Girl and Superman actually get married in one of the other world Elseworld comics, have children, whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
So I mean,
and
Superman
of
and
course,
Wonder Woman have
yeah.
had Superman and Wonder Woman have get married in a series, get married and have and end up having kids. And then Batman's like, yes, good for you, thank you. You know, you're my granddad, you're their goddad, and yeah.
Strangely enough,
And then Bruce helps train them.
I was reading an article about all the women that Batman has been with, and of this.
How did we get to this part of the
of all the super heroines? You know, yeah, he's had one of them. Of course, he's also been his greatest love interest, believe it or not, was Vicky Vale. He was with her the longest, but but Selena.
No, he's been with Selena more than any other.
Well, now it's starting to get that way. But for a while there, for 34 years, Vicky Vale was the babe.
Yeah, but what?
Okay.
Vicky Vale was the babe, but Catwoman was the side chick.
Right, exactly. Okay, and then, but he's also everything Ollie has touched.
Catwoman.
He's hooked up with.
Catwoman has been Bruce Wayne / Batman's love interest almost since the beginning of her inception.
They've been
so you're
since.
looking at 80 plus years that them two have been
off and
on. But again, that's almost as bad as Gambit and Rogue. Since 1990, they've had that on and off again relationship, and then finally 7 years ago they finally got married.
Right.
You know, and yeah,
which is weird because in the 90s, around 93, that's when Superman got married to Lois, because Lois and Clark, the Adventures of the New Adventures.
I've got the wedding issue.
Right. Okay. So
I've got the death issue.
That's why they did that.
Right.
And it worked, but for some reason Peter Parker can't catch a break. He marries MJ, and then Aunt May gets shot, and he makes a deal with Mephisto, and then he undoes the whole marriage thing, and I'm like, oh my God, that was the stupidest thing.
You know, the Marvel writers almost broke up Gambit and Rogue.
Wow.
I'm glad they did, because that was part of the reason why they put Rogue in the Avengers, and they couldn't really do anything in the new X-Men, and then they really couldn't find anything to do with Gambit, and they just threw him here and there. And then it was like, okay, yeah, but there was so much of an outcry to put them two back together, so they put them back together in the when they reformed Excalibur.
Okay.
And then they put them two as as the members of the Excalibur, which brought them back into the mainframe of a lot of stuff. And I'm glad now that they're on the Uncanny X-Men. Now they're in the Uncanny X-Men, and they're the two team leads, with Wolverine as a third. And it's one of them that they are, and getting to see everything that's going on. They finally, and their relationship is a lot stronger. Now, instead of it being Cyclops and Jean Grey dying every so often, Gambit's the one that's dying every so often,
right?
But coming back to life, yes,
right.
But here's the thing. Rogue still sticks with Gambit. It's not like Rogue going out and going, and as you say,
Cyclops is a kind of a scallywag himself.
Also,
Jean Grey.
Adrian asked a question.
Jean. Let's see.
Would you guys need help with the con here in a couple weeks?
Check. Sure. Just need to know what days. And just holler at Mom and let her know. Just get with Mom and Mary Jo on for help, because I'm not in that part of the.
Right. We deal with more of the PR than the
they are the bosses when it comes to the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's better to just cut them loose and let them do what their vision is.
100%.
And just tell where do you need.
We
us?
get told,
yeah.
Adrian. We get told where
get
to go
told.
and what to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And if we don't do it, we get told where to go
yeah,
and what to do.
and get threatened with no Mongolian beef.
Yes.
So yes,
Beaten with phone forgeries and threatened
oh
with
yeah,
lack of
and no
Mongolian
coffee.
beef. And
So no coffee,
Yeah,
no
so-
food, and get whacked.
So we know what side our bread's buttered on. We don't step over that.
No coffee, no food, and we get whacked.
Right. And
Well,
not
that's-
in a good way.
No, and that sounds like. So
It
you
almost
got mob boss 1 and mob boss 2. So
Right.
yeah, we're good.
Yeah. When they look at you and they're like, you know, okay.
There's the
I've gone
reason.
too far.
They're the
I need to
reason.
back off.
There's a reason why it's Jess and Mary Jo are QBIC 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's right. You've heard of Cat in the Hat and Thing 1, Thing 2?
That's QBIC.
We don't have a
1 and
cat
2.
in a hat. They're both Cat in a Hat, and they're
I
They're-
would
they're in
know. No,
charge.
it ain't no
Yeah.
cat in a hat. It's QBIC.
it's green eggs and ham. It's like left foot, right foot.
Well, we had one. One year we had a couple vendors that had a
No shotgun shells. She says.
No. We had one year that we were out. Actually, it was when we went to go get Paul and
Right.
Karen Whitfield. While we're going to get them at the airport, she has a couple vendors that had their helpers about get into a tussle on the floor.
Mm.
And they turned around and looked at Jess and went, well, who the heck do you think you are? And she was like, well, I'm the QBIC that runs this thing. And ever since then, it has stayed.
Right.
And she did not see hide nor hair of that vendor. Well, other than that vendor doing their stuff on the floor, she did not see hide nor hair of those two assistants the rest of the weekend.
And like, yeah. You might want to go hang out at the hotel.
I walked
It's
in.
not safe
I
for you
walked
anymore.
in, and Jess looks at me and she goes, "Oh my God!" And I went, "What? Do I need to take care of something?" She goes, "No, I think I took care of it." I went, "Good. Okay, what happened?" She told me. I said, "Where are they at? I can help it." "Nope, I've taken care of it." "Yes, ma'am."
But what's funny is if something goes sideways, Lonnie goes, "Do you want me to take care of it?" And Jessica goes, "I got this."
Yeah.
And then, okay, it's like
It's like
it's like when Deadshot was like, talk, and he goes, "Well, Wonder Woman, there's different ways of getting me to talk," and he goes, Batman goes, "I got this." What did he say? You don't want to know. Okay, I'll talk. She's like Batman in that case.
Yeah.
You know, she's just like, let's have a little confab, and then they're like, oh crap.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The con.
Con,
I don't know
what-
what to say, Mom, because
Wait, what? Yeah.
moms will show you mercy.
Not that one.
Not
No.
that one.
She's the con boss. Literally, she's
Yeah.
the con boss. Her
Literally.
and Mary Jo are the con bosses.
Right.
That's it.
And you're not going to pit one against the other.
No.
They will lay you out. You got the left side, I got the right side.
Yep. Oh man.
Hi,
No.
Chelsea.
Hey Chelsea.
She's going to be Supergirl Friday night. And she's going to be Harley Saturday. Yeah.
Awesome. Sweet.
And then Danielle's going to be there. She's going to be Hot Girl one day, and she's going to be Riddler the next.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it sounds like we're going to have a good team up.
Yep. Awesome. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody again. It's probably let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. Jess, do you have anything?
Yes, Adrian, you and Trinity are off at the week of the Comic-Con, so am I.
Awesome.
So,
Jess hasn't said anything. She'll probably post it in the chat. But no, the 3rd, we have 4th of July. The 3rd of July, we will be at the Perry Park Center.
Independence Day stuff.
Yes, doing Independence Day stuff. We will have We will have photos out there to autograph. Tickets to sell for Comic-Con, and enjoying the Perryvillians and fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and getting our sweat on with the heat.
Oh yeah.
So everybody stay warm, but everybody stay cool. Make sure you have a lot to drink, and just again, big thing is to staying hydrated. If you feel,
I think I'm going to bring a 5-gallon drum of a 55-gallon drum of Gatorade.
Okay.
Now,
and where are you going to put that? Your car won't haul that.
sure it will. It's only a 55-gallon drum. It's not a 55,000-gallon drum. Yeah, just stick it in the trunk. Go with the best. That's seriously what we need to do.
A 55-gallon drum won't fit in your car.
Yeah, well. Oh, yeah. Gotta lay the
You mean one of the big trash barrels?
Yeah, gotta lay the back seat down, but yeah, you do. It's
not, and
I just hope the screw caps are on.
No.
Otherwise, the whole inside of my car smell like orange Gatorade and be all sticky.
We've got my truck.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's something we might want to invest in. Is one of those big igloo cooler things that and just put like a big thing of Gatorade and then everybody can
just drink
out.
Yeah,
drink out of that.
But the third Perry Park Center from 7 to 9 or 7 to 9 is our meet and greet time, and then we have the fireworks. Then the 10th, 11th, and 12th, we will be the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We will be at Marcus Theater for Superman the movie. Then we will be at Toyman on the 13th with Paul Taylor and Patricia Paps. And then we have Jerry the King Lawler, Scott Ennis, and Philo Barnhart. Heroes for Kids Comic-Con, July 19th and 20th. Look forward to seeing everybody on all of those events.
Yeah.
And can't wait to raise money, and I look forward to cutting that check at the end of the show.
Jessica says no, that stuff tastes like chalk.
Well, she knows what to get.
Right. Then you know what to get. We'll let Con Mom deal
Well,
with it.
again, Con Mom takes care of us.
Yeah. So
on that note, so Jess, do you have anything else?
besides
I think she
chalk water
besides chalk water
and no shotgun shells.
and no shotgun shells. Dennis, you got anything?
No diseases or anything. Yeah. Everything that's been said.
Thank you.
We said, so we're good.
Thank you to the Shriners for letting us, Heroes for Kids, be a part of that show this past weekend. And also want to say thank you to the Hero Complex. You guys are doing an awesome job up there. And thank you for letting Heroes for Kids be a part of that this year again as well. Yeah. Again, look forward to seeing everybody this month in the different shows.
Tickets.
Yes.
She says.
Tickets online at the door, but buy them.
You can get them at heroesforkidscomiccon.org or at the door.
Again, you got the website for the show, which is heroesforkidscomiccon.org. You have our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and our YouTube page is Heroes for Kids Perryville Mo.
Right.
Sponsors.
Yeah, anybody wants to sponsor, please sponsor.
Yes.
All those links for the tickets and the sponsorships are on heroesforkidscomiccon.org.
Right.
Scroll in, hit the tickets, and then down on the very bottom of this, on the main page, scroll down to the bottom. Here's your sponsor, and here's the sponsor link. Fill out the form, get that to us. And again, 100% of the proceeds, once expenses are paid, goes to the Captain Dorn Foundation and the Perry County Community Task Force. And on that note, we love you all.
Yes.
Thank you for all your support. See you all
Soon. Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.